Welcome back to Bat Fridays here on One Comic Book a Day, where we're covering Batman 14 and the first story, the case that Batman failed to solve. I keep wanting to say couldn't solve, but it's failed to solve. And no, it doesn't involve Irene Adler. Sherlock Holmes joke. It's not a good joke. Here, Batman and a group of other detectives are invited to a conference, a meeting with the world's greatest detective, Dana Drye? D-R-Y-E. For some reason. And these other detectives are a dude, some lady, a cowboy, and a racial stereotype of a Chinese man, whose dialogue usually starts with him apologizing. As I said, stereotype of an Asian man. And possibly gets the less, well, he gets more to do than the cowboy. Actually, the cowboy doesn't do much investigating. I wouldn't say Batman's been, depicted as like the greatest detective so far. I mean, historically, we're told he's the world's greatest detective. It's not like there's much investigating in most of his comics. A lot of it involves like beating guys up for a while. I'm gonna get crap for that. There is some investigation with Batman, but like a lot of stories don't follow that. As you might expect, as soon as this meeting starts, a gunshot goes off, and I have a huge problem with this moment. It is depicted with most of the characters going a gunshot and looking out the window, and then we see that he's holding his side like in an old western when he's been shot. Batman has been pretty solid to competent with depicting action or any sort of little scene like this, kind of getting across the excitement, but it's a very dull, uninteresting moment. It like lies really flat with them just kind of reacting to the gunshot and us not seeing the gunshot or any sort of like the impact. We get like the after of the shot. Now there is a bang, but the bang is in the description, which is also just such a odd choice to not just have like an onomatopoeia bang or a shot of the gun. All of this being a lot more visually interesting, it feels almost like a narration. Like radio would even have like a gun going off, but like an old story that went, well, a gun went off. I'm just saying it's not effective for the visual medium of a comic. But Drye is dead now, and all these investigators have to solve the crime kind of together. None of them are exactly out on their own, but they all seem to be working on different things. Most of them asking Batman's advice. Aren't you all accomplished detectives on your own? Why do you have to ask Batman for advice? You solve crimes on your own all the time. So there isn't like a lot of conflict between any of them. The conflict comes from them trying to like solve the crime. There is a random guy there, which I bring up just to tell you how Batman Robin wallpapered him to a wall, because that's a normal thing to do. There's a bunch of action from Robin being too stupid to figure out Batman wants the crooks to get away so he can follow them or wait for them to come up. There's a whole thing, mainly to get action into this comic, of this random crime lord who knows that Dana had something on him and wanted it, but he didn't cause the murder either. The solution is that Dana had a incurable sickness. He was going to die anyway, so he committed suicide. He had like a gun tied to a brick that fell and shot at a certain time to kill him. His main goal being he created a mystery that no one could solve. Batman does solve it, but because Batman discovers that Dana knew that he is indeed Bruce Wayne and kept it secret, he decides to tell everyone, well, he couldn't solve the crime in the first place. As for the others, they all get like lost in their different things. The cowboy seems to do nothing other than threaten to shoot some guys at a point, but that involved no investigating. That just involved criminals trying to get away. But I'll give it this. This is a mystery story with some actual investigating. Not that Batman's been having trouble, like, say, Superman has been with depicting a compelling mystery. It is somewhat compelling if it just kind of gets lost in the weeds and not exactly the most dynamically told mystery. Okay, that is it from Batman 14, the case Batman failed to solve. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, hit the bell icon to get notification when new video is up. I do this Monday through Friday. But Mondays and Thursdays, I cover a Superman story in either Action Comics or Superman. Please join us next time. Same Bat Day, same comic book channel. Have a great day.